Inaction equals slow death. ¿O tú conoces?
No, no lo conozco bien.
¿Tienes teléfono?
No sé. No.
Ah, vale. Entonces...
Pero pues puedo anotar el nombre y en mi casa...
¿Just tienes para
Sí, señor.
hoy? Sí. So maybe you have set yourself all those different goals at the beginning of this year and you said, okay, at the end of this year, after 12 months, those goals will be reached. And the goals were like very clear, they were like in your head, you really saw them, you knew what you wanted in that moment. It might be going to the gym regularly and like building your beach body. It might be very educating yourself about how to invest in the stock market and like maybe making your first investments in the stock market. Or it is maybe also just, okay, I will start my YouTube channel this year. Maybe this is your goal and it was very, very clear to you at the beginning of this year. But then you seem to find every reason why this goal can wait a bit, right? Okay, I will do it tomorrow. Okay, after this exam I will do this. After I finish school I will do this. After this apprenticeship, I first have to finish the apprenticeship and then I will focus on the beach body, on the stock market or whatever it might be. And then what often happens, maybe you know this also, that slowly but steadily, goal that was very clear in your head moved in the back of your head and it more like got vague, it got unclear, and this, okay, I will achieve X on date Y, turns into someday I will start this. So there's a shift happening from very clear goals, from very clear time frames into very vague deadlines and very vague like goals. Like someday in the future some goal will be achieved, I hope. My name is Dennis and I'm building my business in sales right now because I want to live free and travel the world. And right now we are in Latin America, Colombia, and here on this YouTube channel my goal is to document my whole journey. The ups, the downs and the learnings that I make in between. And those learnings will be shared here on this channel. So if this sounds interesting, consider subscribing. And now let's continue with the video. So some years ago I stumbled onto a concept which is called like inaction equals slow death. What I at least think this concept means, or as what I interpret in this concept, is the following. So first of all, whenever we are not taking action or when we are not improving our life and doing something to end up better as the day before, right, even if it's just a little bit, we are stagnating or like getting a little bit worse, right? So this means on that day we didn't come closer to our goals, but there's one thing that we got closer to, and that is death, right? Because another day of our life is struck out, like 24 hours of the day of our lives were gone, and now our life is a bit shorter and we're still not closer to our goals, but the time that we have to achieve our goals is limited now, or is less now. And the second thing is that whenever we are not taking action, we are of course not improving, right? We're not like bettering ourselves, but at the same time we are not stagnating, but we're actually decreasing, right? Because this is called pull towards entropy. Whatever doesn't grow is decreasing or dying. Every business that we don't like continue put our like time and effort in decreases at some point. Every like YouTube channel, right? If we don't like post continuous YouTube videos and we're not active anymore, at some point we'll die. The same with the gym, with our body. If we don't like continuously go to the gym and improve our body and our fitness, our health, we will at some point decrease our health and our body and our muscles. At some point everything is drawn towards like destruction, if you want. For example, also your car. Over the years, it tends to go down in quality, right? It gets a bit worse. You might have like some scratches here and there. The engine doesn't work at some point anymore. All of this is like a slow decrease in the quality. And what we have to do, we have to continuously put effort in, put money into this car, for example, to keep it on a certain level. The same pull of entropy is also, of course, affecting us. So if we're not continuously working ourselves, or if we are in this constant mode of like putting our goals, pushing them in the future, not taking action, this is the same that is also happening to us, right? Our life quality decreases, our happiness in general decreases, our standards in life decreases, and we're slowly moving in a downward spiral into a negative direction. So this could also mean, like, for example, if you would give up on our goals, we at the same time give up on ourselves, and our life is constantly not getting better, but of course worse. Every day is getting worse, with the end result of the last day of our life, which is death, right? Or which ends in death. Another thing to remember is that usually all the fears that we have will vanish and will disappear in the face of death. So whatever it might be, like when we are like faced with dying and losing our life, everything else seems insignificant. All the things that like we worried about and we were afraid about were also pretty insignificant if we would think about it. What would be an example? So we as men, usually it's our job, right, to go over to a girl that we think is cute and then say hey, right? And this is usually where we men experience fear, right? Okay, it's afraid, what if she rejects me? What if everybody laughs at me? But if we're really in that moment, think about death. Is it really that significant if a girl just said no to us? Or maybe the people were looking a bit at us and then laughing. Is it really that significant? No, it's not. The same with, for example, calling prospects on the phone, right? My business is sales, so I have to call prospects, and right now I'm in the process of learning to call like B2B people, so high-level businessmen, right? And usually they have a hard frame that you have to speak to them in a certain way. And at first I had some problems with that, and I still have to work on that to improve this, right? So it's sometimes a bit scary to talk to those people and to try to persuade them in a way that your product, your service is great. But again, if I look at this and say, okay, I'm afraid to do this call right now, even though I have no idea what will happen, right? Maybe he will be super friendly, maybe he will be an asshole, I don't know. But I cannot predict the future. But in the face of death, let's say, okay, I will die the next second. Is it really that significant what this person will say to me on the phone? No, it's not. Because in the face of death, the fear disappears. Or another great example that I think many people have problems with is telling your parents or your loved ones that you love them. Also here, in the face of death, maybe when your parents face death, when it's the last moment, the last chance that you have, that you can tell to them that you would love them. Would you use that chance and really tell them, hey, that you would love them? So remember this next time when you're too afraid to do something, because really, if you're honest to yourself and if you think about it logically, it probably doesn't matter. So in my opinion, we have three types of pain, right? We have, first of all, the obvious pain, which is, okay, we do something that we might be afraid of, or that we don't feel like going to the gym, it's uncomfortable, okay, but we still do it. Waking up early in the morning and then having a cold shower, we don't want to do it, we want to stay in the warm, but we do the thing that's uncomfortable. It is a bit painful, but we still do it. The other pain is, or the second type of pain is the long-term, negative consequences if we do not do the right thing, right? For example, I'm too afraid to do a YouTube channel. What else? What are all the things that I might be missing out, right? Like a big YouTube channel, maybe like a great movement that I create here with this channel that will never be created because I'm just too afraid to shoot a video because just some people are walking by that don't even understand me, that might be looking at me right now, but who cares, right? And the third type of pain is like the immediate pain that we experience when we do not do the right action. Because what often happens is if we choose the easy way, right, we choose the thing that is more light. At the same time, we know, okay, we could have done better, we could have done more, and we haven't lived up to our potential. So what often happens is through the ego that we have, is that we experience some guilt, usually guilt, shame, disappointment, and also anger at ourselves. If after this video you realized for yourself, okay, I am this person that is dying this slow death right now, that it's dying one day at the other and getting closer to death, then this might be the moment to realize, okay, what the fuck am I doing here? And to really get clear on your goals again. Because it's very likely, this once happened to me, that we have those goals, but we tell ourselves, okay, someday I will start. And then those goals are in the back of our mind, and they're very vague and unclear, as I told you in the beginning. I think the dangerous trap here is that we think, I haven't given up on my goals, I would just do them in the future. But later equals never. So this is the moment again, or might be the moment to realize, okay, later equals never, so I'm dying the slow death. Get clear on the goals again and start taking action again towards those goals. Because if they are vague right now in the back of your head, it's very likely that if you don't change something right now, you will never change anything, and it's getting towards death. Again, the motto of this channel is 10 years of hard work for 50 years of freedom, because I really believe if we put in this 10 years of hard work into trying to become a good salesperson, trying to learn how to close deals, learning how to invest money, and I believe if we take the time in this 10 years to go to the gym, to only eat healthy things, really watch our nutrition, right, improve the mindset on a very deep psychological level, then we can become the best person, the best version of us that we can be in a short period of time of 10 years. This is what I want to remind you again with this little end of the video. I appreciate that you watched until the end. I hope you learned something out of this video. So let's stop this slow death right now. Let's start taking action, and let's see you in the next video, my friend.